Hey guys, Heidi Easley here, owner and founder of Texas Art and Soul and Paint Party Headquarters. I am so excited to give you this free training, and it's going to give you 3 simple tips that you can, take away from this and immediately start using. I know some of you out there are wanting to start a paint party business, or you've already started one and you're struggling to get it going. So I'm going to show you 3 different tips, and I have a couple notes so I don't forget, okay? So I'm going to go through this training. Tip number 1, so many people think you have to have so many paintings painted up before you can even start a paint party business. I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about taking action as you gain the confidence. This is a big one. And then I'm also going to talk about what you need to do first, okay? The very, very first thing you need to do. Now, I love paint parties. They have totally changed my life, and I've seen them change many, many women's lives as well. And I'm so passionate about it because of the art healing aspect, the financial aspect, all of these wonderful things that come from a fun night of painting with your family or your friends or, people you've never met before. So I am so passionate about this. I hope you can tell. I hope you can tell how much I love this. And I'm going to just walk you through this free training. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think of it, your thoughts, your whatever you think of it, just put in the comments. And if you have other questions, let me know too. I'd love to address those in a future video. So again, I hope you enjoyed the training. And if you have any questions at all, you can message me on Facebook at Texas Art and Soul or Heidi Easley. And you can also email me at heidi.easley@yahoo.com. So enjoy the training, and I'll talk soon. So now in this video, I'm going to teach you how to start a paint party business. And more importantly, this is going to help you gain confidence while taking action. So if you're new to painting, but you aren't sure how you can start a paint party business, or you're already an experienced painter looking to make some extra money teaching paint parties, you're going to discover how artists and crafters like you and me can start a paint party business and why it's critical for you to focus on this right now, okay? So in the video that you saw, and maybe you saw it yesterday, I sent it to your email, we talked about a guide for creating emails and phone scripts to reach out to your potential customers. And I shared how this is going to immediately help you get responses from your potential customers. So if you have not seen that video yet, go back and watch it now and then come back to this one, okay? So today I'm going to build on what we discussed by sharing the number 1 thing you must master if you want to start a paint party business. Think of this as your first step towards making this happen. So this is an entirely new way of thinking about paint parties. So you're going to want to pay close attention. I'm also going to share with you how to confidently start a paint party business. When you know how to do this, you'll know exactly what to do first. The goal is to break you free of worrying about where the next party will come from. This way you'll never have to worry about how to start a paint party business again, which means you're going to gain confidence while taking action. So we've got a lot to cover today. So be sure to have your pen and paper ready and take notes as you follow along. They always say, note takers are history makers. All right, anytime you're trying to start a paint party business, it's inevitable that you'll hit roadblocks. You might have experienced some of them already. Things like confidence. Have you experienced that yet? Fear. Have you experienced any fear? And even rejection. Have you experienced any rejection? Well, here's what I know to be true. If any of this sounds familiar, it's totally normal. But if you simply accept this as face value, you're never going to start your paint party business. And I know where you're coming from. I get that it feels like some of this is out of your hands. It's frustrating to come up against these things again and again. I have been there myself, and I've seen other artists and crafters go through the same thing. And guys, it's so especially stressful because you know that getting past these challenges are the key in helping you start your paint party business. So in this video, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to help avoid these usual headaches by showing you the simple steps I follow to start a paint party business, which is going to save you a ton of time and frustration. However, before we go any further, it's important that I bring your attention to something that often gets overlooked as you begin to see this on a practical level. And ignoring this virtually guarantees that you're going to have a tough time trying to start your paint party business. It's easy, guys, to think that I have had to have everything in place before I could start. This is a dangerous assumption to make, and I don't want you falling into this trap. But at some point, most of us believe this is true, myself included. And this big assumption is why so many artists and crafters are struggling. So coming up, I'll reveal the truth behind the old belief that I have to have everything in place before I can start this paint party business. And more importantly, I'll share what you need to know instead. Okay, so here are the tips, okay? I want to talk to you just really quickly about 3 really important tips. Now, the first one, I have my notes here. You got to start taking notes. They're so helpful. You don't have to have 100 paintings ready to start a paint party business. Now, when I first started this, I was painting every single thing I could. Now, of course, I love to paint. You can see my floors. You can see behind me. And this is my office. This isn't even my art studio. And I have paintings everywhere. But I thought I had to have like tons and tons of paintings in case anyone asked me about a paint party. I could immediately send them a ton of paintings. That is not true, guys. Oh my gosh. That is not true. That is a time waster, okay? So if you are new to painting and you have a passion about crafting and painting and you want to teach paint parties or art parties or jewelry making parties or whatever it is, if you're still developing your skill, of course you need to spend a little time painting and getting that, up to date. But I don't even paint at my paint parties. I give a technique and then I go around and help. That's how I've done it. That's how I love teaching it. And I love giving people that extra attention that they need while they're creating. Again, we are creating a space for them to create, not necessarily for us to be the superstar and see how awesome I can paint. That's not what we're there for, okay? So that's number 1 tip. You do not have to have 50 to 100 paintings all painted and set aside in case they're ready for a butterfly, in case they're ready for a happy camper, happy camper. My friend gave me this t-shirt. I love it, by the way. Thank you, Amanda. The next thing, okay, so also in Paint Party Headquarters, which, some of you have heard about and some of you have not, I give you rights and design rights and marketing materials so that you can actually schedule a paint party before you ever have to paint it. And then I give you a tutorial on exactly how to paint it. So there are ways to save time. Oh my gosh, to save so much time. Number 2, taking action will help you gain confidence. Now, have any of y'all ever seen that movie, We Bought a Zoo? Have y'all seen that? Okay, so Matt Damon, he's the dad in that movie, which I adore that movie. I did a whole blog post about We Bought a House. We bought a zoo, but we bought a house on my Texas Art and Soul page if you want to read it. A couple years ago, I posted it. But anyway, he talks about like having that 10 seconds of courage, right? Sometimes we just need those few seconds of courage, to take action, to do something, to step into something that we're terrified to do. Then once we do it, we're like, that wasn't so bad. Like, I'm okay. Everything's all right. Even if we get rejected, we still realize that through taking that action, we build our courage. One of the ladies in my Paint Party Headquarters, she mentioned how she was driving by this VFW and she just thought, you know what, I'm going to stop. I'm just going to go in and talk to him. What's the worst that can happen? They can tell me no, right? She goes in and now she's booked once a month at that location. And it just took her taking courage, having confidence, just for a few seconds, not even for a long time, just for a few seconds. You're either going to get a yes or a no. I hear no all the time. Once you start to get used to it, it doesn't faze you. You're okay with it. And that's how you get to your yeses. Okay, and then the third thing. This all sounds great, Heidi, but what do I do first, okay? The first step is it's kind of hard, but it's not really. Really is you have to decide that you want this, okay? So I can give you lots of tips. I can give you lots of tricks. I can even give you, basically handing you everything into, our paint party headquarters, which is what I do. I share so much in there. But you still have to go, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, I really want to do this, and I'm going to show people that I'm doing this, and I want to make up my mind to do this. So it's mindset, guys. I know you've heard it, and you're probably like, what is this? Oh my gosh, it's mindset crap again. It is so true. Now, there's a lady that mentioned the other day, she said, I had like one party a month, and I really wanted more, but I'm working full time, and it was God's timing. I walked into this place, and they actually asked me about it. I think allowing yourself to see the opportunities. Okay, this one's big. We can go through all the time and see every single thing that's negative. We can sit there and point out every single thing that's not working in our life. Okay? I'm only going to be on the soapbox for a minute, I promise. But I think you need to hear this. Sometimes when we stop and we start, even if we have to list it out, gratitude, just what am I thankful for? What is going right in my life right now? Seeing the opportunities that are coming, seeing what God is giving us right now that we can take and run with. For the first time ever, I have a peach tree or a plum tree, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I've never had a plum tree. What's it going to do? Am I really going to have plums from it? Usually I go to H-E-B, the grocery store, and buy my plums. And that we had a yard guy, and he asked if he could get some of the plums. And my husband told him, sure, you can get them. And they had just started coming in. And I thought, oh my gosh, he got all of our plums. He got all of them. And I was kind of for a second like, well, it's okay, it's fine. I have a few plums. I don't need a lot. Like, I don't eat 10 plums a day. And then he took, pretty much the whole tree. Well, I wake up the next day and the whole freaking tree is replenished with plums. And I go and I tell my husband, I'm like, oh my gosh, there are so many plums here. So long story short, we end up giving plums to every single person we know. We still had so many plums that we had to throw some away. And I think sometimes we go through life and we think there's no opportunities. There's only opportunities for these people. There's only opportunities for that person over there or this person over here. But if we just open our eyes and look at what God's given us and look at all the things that are coming our way, I think sometimes we'll find opportunities everywhere. I know I struggle with, okay, I have to say no to some opportunities because if not, I could go down every rabbit hole that comes my way. Because I'm like, well, maybe that's something cool. Okay, let me try that. Okay, let me try that. And I have to stay laser focused on what I want and what is happening right now. And it's a challenge, especially for creative people. So for those of you out there and you're like, Heidi, I want this, but I don't know what to do first. First, you need to make up your mind. Okay? What do you want? What do you want out of life? Do you want to do paint parties? Do you want to live a more creative life? And the things that have blessed me through paint parties is meeting tons of new people, helping my family. For those of you that don't know, I taught art for 10 years, and I do not have an art certification. I know, it's weird. I have my degree in communication and my minor in psychology. I got my associates in art, but I never got my art degree, ever. I took a few art classes in college. I went back and got my teacher certification and took my test so I could teach art and only art because I didn't want to teach anything else. So I have learned a lot of stuff just by trial and error. And the paint party business, I totally learned on myself. If I could have took any kind of course, I would have because I was just blindly trying to figure it out and wasting tons of time. So guys, I am so thankful you're here. I hope this training helps you. And I hope that the rest of the stuff I share, with you over, whether you're following me on YouTube or Facebook Lives or through my email list, however you're following me, I hope some of this helps you. And it really is all about God's timing. I just want to touch one more little thing on that. In my business, God has provided everything for my family. And so sometimes, people, of course, we don't want to mix certain things with our business, but I when I started my business, I knew that God had to be a part of it. You know, everything is because of Him, and I can't not have my business because of Him. So in Paint Party headquarters, we actually have a prayer and gratitude meeting. It's an optional meeting, but if people want us to pray over their business, we bring everybody in. And I also talk a lot about how people can still, you know, you can bring God into your business. So even if the people don't know, you can pray for them. You know, I have a lady in my group that she says her and her sons, who are, I think they're like 8 and 10 years old, they pray for all the people that are going to come to their paint parties before they even get there to set up. And I think that's just wonderful and magical, because you don't know how many people are showing up. They're showing up alone. They're showing up scared. They're showing up, maybe they are showing up with a friend, but they're nervous. You know, and you're able to come there and help them and teach them and just let them forget about all the other problems, even if it's just for 2 hours. I've seen time and time again so many stories with art healing, and I think that just encourages me so much to not only know that, you know, God can work through any business you do and help it be for something good, but also to help these women, help these people in whatever times they're going through, that they can just use their hands and create something, even if it's something kind of simple and fun, just to connect. Okay, so let's do a quick review of what we covered today. First, we saw a whole new way to think about how to start a paint party business. Now, you can use what you learned here today to immediately help you make some extra money teaching paint parties. Plus, you found out how to confidently start a paint party business so that you know what to do first. It's been a jam-packed video, so please make sure to review your notes and put this into action right away. Remember, you need that 10 seconds of crazy courage. All right, speaking and taking action, before we go today, leave me a comment right below this video. Tell me what life would look like a year from now once you've applied all of this. I think sometimes we overthink what we can do in a year. You know, we think, oh my gosh, it can't happen. But really, if you think about this time next year, all that you can accomplish if you just take action just from this video. And knowing how to make some extra money teaching paint parties absolutely helps you gain confidence while taking action. So what does that look like to you? Get clear about the impact it'll have on your life, the lives of your family, and those around you. So let me know in the comments below. And also, if you found this video useful, please share it on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you hang out on social media. And I just want to say this quote. I love it so much. Almost every successful person begins with 2 beliefs. The future can be better than the present, and I have the power to make it so. So what are you going to do with this training? Are you just going to have it as a feel-good training? And yes, I hope that that works. Maybe one day this will happen for me. Or are you actually going to take action, be brave, be confident, and have that 10 seconds of crazy courage to go out there and try something different? Guys, I just love paint parties. I love what they've done for my family. I love what they're doing for other people's families. So if you want to get more information, if you want to be on the wait list for Paint Party headquarters, you can click on the link now. You'll also get a free template, and you'll be notified when the doors are open. They are opening soon, but if you're watching this training and they're not open at this time, it will put you on the wait list so you'll know the next time that they'll be open. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day from my family to yours, and happy painting, guys.